welcome to my channel, Empress B Healing Energy. My name is Brittany. All right, guys, it's been a few days. I want to go ahead and get out a collective reading for everybody and just see what the energy's talking about, see who Spirit wants to pinpoint here. All right, get some messages out here, okay? Hope everybody's been enjoying their week. All right, I've been having a lax week, so that's good for me, you know. I don't ever ask for too much. I don't need too much adventure at one time, so I am loving my week so far, just being at peace. So I hope the same for you guys, for sure. I'm just lighting my sage right now, just cleansing the energy, getting myself mentally prepared to receive some messages from Spirit. Speaking of Spirit, ooh, the smoke trap. Ooh, thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you for guiding me, loving me, and protecting me. Allow me to receive clear messages for anybody that decides to view, okay? Let me cleanse my decks. I'm not sure which one I want to use. We're just going to go with whatever Spirit tells me to use. All right. Cleanse my crown. My third eye. All right. Let that go out on its own over there. Let it chill out. All right, y'all. Let's see what we're going to use here. Of course, my lovely tarot. All right, Spirit. Can you please give me something for the collective here? Please. Anything that is not of you, I ask the door be shut on it immediately. Somebody could have grew up eating pigs in a blanket a lot. All right, let's see, Spirit. What do we have here? I'm hearing the name Marche. I'm hearing Thomas. Oh, Lordy. Somebody could be feeling scatterbrained too, like everything is just all over the place. You can't get wrapped around your head good. It's just too much going on. You're overwhelmed. Maybe dealing with funeral proceedings and shit like that. Maybe just, you know, just dealing with something that you don't normally have to deal with. So it's overwhelming on top of all of your responsibilities already. So Spirit just wants you to calm yourself, get still. Have a moment with Spirit. Just meditate. Get in complete silence, away from the kids I'm hearing. Just away so that you can center yourself, all right? Okay, Spirit, what do we have? Yeah, it's a lot of chaos going on. I felt it. It's so scattered. It's just like, it could be a lot of arguing among siblings about, you know, just like I said, somebody may have passed and it's just causing a lot of discord and disagreements among family members. Okay. Doesn't have to be, but that's just what I'm getting. I feel like otherwise I wouldn't have thought of that, you know, to come to my head and to speak on it, you know. Yeah, what's this Five of Swords, Wands, Spirit? What's this Five of Wands? Yeah, Ten of Pentacles in reverse. This is a family thing. This is maybe, this is somebody that was important to the family, maybe a grandmother or grandfather, but it is some discord going on right now between family members about a death in the family or maybe somebody is sick, maybe it has something to do with the nursing home. Who's gonna assume responsibility? Maybe there's money problems, when it comes to this as well. Somebody is feeling overwhelmed. It's like one of the siblings or maybe select family members are feeling so much financial pressure where other family members are lacking. You know what I mean? There has to be some truth to that. Yeah, there's somebody extremely angry about this. Yeah, with the Two of Pentacles right here, it's like you feel like you're juggling a lot. You're trying to handle a lot more than you can handle. It's like, a bit off more than you can chew here with the situation. Can I get another one, Spirit, with this Two of Pentacles coming out at me? Queen of Cups. Okay, so I could be talking to you. You could be a water sign here. You could be trying to figure out a plan here for this situation. All right, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You don't have to be. But I feel like you don't have as much help as you should. And it's making you feel just you're all over the place. I'm trying to put the words together, but I'm definitely feeling like it's hard for you. You're trying to balance your emotions right now. All right, you're trying not to get so up in arms. Okay, with you coming out in the upright, that's good. That's emotional maturity. That's you handling everything with as much grace and as much calm as you possibly can. But you are overwhelmed, for sure. Okay. Your temperament is being tested, though. Your temperament is definitely being tested. Yeah, so I feel like that's why I said Spirit is calling for you to get still. All right, isolate yourself. Okay, with the Hermit here in the World, you could be looking up certain things as it pertains to this issue in the family. Okay. Maybe the right more what is it called? Funeral company. Yeah, you're trying to figure out things and look online for things right now. Okay. As it pertains to this issue. And I'm just seeing somebody take their glasses off and just rub their eyes. Okay, so yeah, you need to unplug for a while. Queen of Pentacles here. I don't feel like I wasn't getting anything off of that card, so I'm not gonna worry about it. But yeah, it's just a lot of pressure right now on you. And you're trying to stay balanced as much as you can. Okay. Like I said, this is some kind of discord going on. Maybe, you had it rough. I'm feeling like also too, yeah, you could have grown up with siblings that, they never really valued you or respected you as much as they should. But now it's like they're so dependent on you, but they belittle you at the same time. I mean, it's like, where the fuck y'all do that at? I mean, come on now. Y'all need me. I'm the one here, handling most of this, and, y'all steady disrespecting me or just overlooking me. And I don't see how people can do that when it comes to shit like this. If you need somebody, be respectful, you know what I mean? Or just give somebody the respect that they deserve. I don't think that's too much to ask. Yeah, you could even be working a lot harder to come up with the funds. Like I said, you are financially stable with that Queen of Pentacles popping out. But I feel like you feel like, you love your family, right? You love your mom and dad. You love your siblings, however many there are. But it's like something that you didn't get from them. You know what I mean? That would have really made you feel better about this whole situation. It's some resentment somewhere. Judgment. There's a narcissist somewhere hiding. There's a narcissist somewhere hiding. Yeah, there's a death in the family, I'm telling you. Yeah, I feel like there's a whole lot of delegating tasks, putting your name on tasks where it's like, okay, you know, it's like a lot of audacity coming from people where they're not helping enough, you know, with the situation to even, I'm just getting like, you just so over certain people in this immediate family here. For sure. I'm telling you, there's some type of grieving that's happening. I feel like you're having trouble even grieving whoever died. Whoever passed, right? You're having internal issues about it. Maybe it was a tumultuous relationship that you even had with this person. I feel like you feel as though the siblings that are trying to call shots with the least resources to be able to do such a thing is the ones that have the closer relationship with this person. Mom or dad, I don't know. Yeah, it could be this Queen of Swords energy here that's not seeing something about themselves. This could also be the parents here with the King of Swords, Two of Swords, and then the Queen of Swords here. It could be something about them too. I feel like there's a lot between your parents that there was a disconnect there. I feel like they were kind of cold, kind of strict. Yeah, you felt rejected by them for whatever reason. You felt rejected by them. But with this Queen of Cups energy here, you're so empathetic, you're so loving, you're so sweet. You overlooked a lot of things that maybe you shouldn't have. But I feel like with somebody passing in this situation, it's really allowing you to see and get to the root of the issue here. And it's allowing you, I feel like it's something in you with this Two of Swords that maybe you denied about how you felt about your parents. You know, it's a lot that you push down deep inside you. Like, and you tried to make it seem like, you know, y'all had a better relationship than you did. But there is some repressed emotions that's coming up to the surface as it pertains to this passing. Yeah. I keep seeing this Three of Swords, Ace of Swords together. It's something that you're seeing about how hurt that you really were about your childhood and how you were treated. It's something that you didn't want to face. It's something that you didn't want to make a realization on. But it's like this situation here is like giving you no choice. But what this is doing, Spirit is calling this to the surface because it's something that you need to heal. All right. Yeah, you need to acknowledge this pain and stop blocking it out. Okay. Because that's, you know, doing that, it's not going to get you anywhere. Living a lie, it's not going to help you here at all. what you need to do is let these things come up to the surface here so you can face them head on, so that you can be better for your offspring, for your children, your grandchildren. You know what I mean? Because if you are repressing emotions, deep-rooted emotions, then you're teaching your children to do the same thing. If you don't have any now, then that's what you will be doing if you don't heal this. And at the bottom of the deck, I have two interesting cards, okay, that has to do with this situation, I feel. Challenges. You're being pushed to repeat patterns for the sake of expansion. See, I feel like I said, you focus more on money and building wealth than a healthy heart. You know what I mean? And there's nothing you can do with a boatload of money but bad health. You get what I'm saying? When you repress things that you have not allowed yourself to go through so that you can get over them emotionally, then all you're doing is letting it manifest in you physically. So eventually, you know, you might get sick, you know, you might develop a condition, knock on wood, you know what I mean? Things like that. It's really important for you to face all challenges. And sometimes the hardest ones. Like, we can go out and we can make all the money and we can be as successful as we want. But the hardest thing to do sometimes is to face our emotional issues, our scars, you know? So that's what Spirit wants somebody to know here, is that a lot of things are being brought to light to you through people for you to understand that there's something that's still not healed in you that you need to let yourself feel. Even if you have to sit and cry, okay? You're only as successful as your spirit is. If your spirit isn't successful in getting through emotional distress and blockages, then all the amount of money in the world is never going to be enough. You know? Judgment. You're trapped in a cycle of criticism towards yourself and others, blocking the growth that comes from compassion. Release the need to judge and find freedom in loving your authentic self. Okay. I feel like you're heavily critical of yourself, because I feel like these, like I said, that your parents could have been very strict and very critical of you, and thus you became critical of others. So you need to release all of this, because what it's doing is warping your soul, is warping your personality. You're probably a way more softer, you know, person, even though I feel like you are deeply empathetic. I don't feel like you allow that to show. I feel like you wear a hard exterior, you know? Bad vibes. This situation has unfavorable energy. Pay attention to subtleties within your body and proceed with caution if you must. Blind spots. Your limited perspective is causing you to miss important details. Expand your view and seek input from trusted sources for what you may be overlooking. Yeah, like I said, there's something you're not seeing here, but it's going to come. It's going to come to you in due time. Okay. That's all I have for you guys today. All right. If this resonates in any way, please let me know. Okay. And flip the roles as needed. Okay. If you're not the Queen of Pentacles energy, you're just the Queen of Cups. Maybe you're on the outside of this and you feel overlooked because maybe you don't have it financially or whatever. Like flip things how they're supposed to be flipped for you. Okay. I'm speaking from one person's perspective, but I don't know you. I'm just feeling the energy. So you are the one that's going to know this to a T. You know what I mean? All I do is I put the information out, okay? And I just feel the energy and I just go with what I'm feeling. And like I said, I speak from one perspective most of the time if I don't catch myself and, just flip it on the other end for people to understand. So take it however it's supposed to resonate for you if this makes sense for your life, okay? Until the very next time, my peoples, okay? Peace.